All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha, Kwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect, Shalom, Barakathum. This is a Kansas City council meeting, all right, I believe out of Lawrence, all right, and I just wanted to do a quick lesson. Really, I just want to read Sirach, the 12th chapter, okay, all the way through pretty much. It's only 18 verses. Lord's willing, it's edifying, but the main point here is why we should have never came together with the devil, okay? Your enemies, okay? The whole movement of civil rights, all right, with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Fred Hampton and the Black Panthers and all of that is a means to try to go through this narrative of you could be separate but equal, but there is no separate but equal, man. All right, the moment you are separate, okay, those separate parts have a natural inclination to compete, all right, to outdo you. All right, there ain't gonna ever be no equality, okay, and if there is, it's definitely not gonna be under the culture of Edomites, okay, so-called white people. All right, they don't believe in fairness or equity or none of that, okay. They don't believe in balance, okay. So you were never gonna get what you thought you were gonna get out of this meeting. Now listen to some of this. I'm not gonna play this whole thing for sure, but only a little bit of it. But you'll see some words come out. All right, these devils, man. Let me see if I can get to the main point.
That's a disruption in the past that people have been removed for. You really did. Because what occurred in this room tonight was a lot, an extreme amount of viewpoint discrimination. You had people allowed to clap in here this time. That's a disruption in the past that people have been removed for. Mayor tried to say something about it, but he won't enforce it on those folks out there. Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you stop and correct your chair? Those two being sued as well. Do you guys understand that? Brad, I know you do. You're an attorney. Civil rights violation, Bart. You're a black man. Why can't you understand civil rights?
Oh, you're a
that
black
should be
man.
a forte for you. I thought about coming up here and using some language. And I even said what I wanted to say to one of the officers. I'm not going to say it out of respect for somebody else on that dais. Trust me, Bart, if you were the only colored person on that dais, I would be saying what I want to say right now.
Now you see how tense he's getting. All right, see, this is what happens. All right, when you get into these positions of power that Esau created, he really doesn't respect you. Okay, he'll kowtow and he'll play down, but when he sees you in a position of power, it's not the same as when he sees his own kind in a position of power. Okay, and this is why you're not supposed to really be getting into this, man. Now, we don't have a choice but to pay taxes, but a lot of you are out there on these campaign trails donating to Trump and Joe Biden, all right? And there's no balm for your pain, all right? There's no remedy for your situation. They've always got money or some kind of extra resource to help out somebody else, but for you, they ain't got it, all right? Sirach chapter 12, starting at verse 2, do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense. And if not from him, yet from the Most High, man. So y'all will do good for Esau, all right? You'll stop cursing. You'll put the blunt out, all right? He can walk right through your neighborhoods and got no problem, man. But your own people, you got an issue with. And for what? For him to show you who he really is. Verse 3, There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. So y'all don't treat the real men of the Lord this way. All right, y'all don't pay tithes or help out the ministry. All right, but you'll donate to a snake. All right, knowing that they're lying to you. You're literally just paying somebody to lie to you to make you feel better in the moment. It's no different than having a prostitute, man. You pay her for a temporary amount of pleasure, but you know she's not your woman. You know she don't love you. All right, you're just an exchange, and that ain't sustainable, man. The Lord made man and woman to have to raise up seed. You know, you need an upstanding woman next to you, man. You know, that's temporary. So y'all should know it's the same thing with this whole political system here, man. All right, there ain't no permanent solutions coming out of this, man. All right. Verse 4, give to the godly man and help not a sinner. These people are all sinners. The very court that they stand in is based out of what? Sin, death. All right. Play a little bit more.
I think you know what I'm talking about. The difference between house and field. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, fuck you and your smile. I'm not your field, bitch. You understand? I am not your fanatic here to leave. You can't ask me to leave. That's protected speech. I am not your field. You want to arrest me? Bring it on, Holmes. One of you cops want to do it? Direct them. Direct them.
So you see, it all comes out, man. All right, they'll suffer you in certain positions as long as you do exactly what they want. This is why you never got reparations. All right, they like you as a figurehead in a presidential cabinet or on a Supreme Court. But if you ever try to do something to further your own people, to get Jake out of this nonsense that he's in, they gonna tell you to sit down, boy. With the old Southern accent. It's gonna come right out, man. Okay? This is why we tell you not to hold hand in hand with these devils. This is why we tell you not to go down and trust in the shadow of Egypt. That's Isaiah 30. All right? Okay? It says, verse 8, a friend cannot be known in prosperity and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. So America's been having this golden age. Y'all think the civil rights and all of the economic booms you had, you know, with Esau weaponizing the dollar overseas, y'all have been enjoying, you know, all of these technological advancements. They've been giving y'all affirmative action to go into these colleges. Y'all have forgotten, man, who the enemy was. Okay? Because things have been in a state of prosperity, it's a lot harder to see your enemies when things are prosperous, man. Ask any man that ever had a lot of money, man, how you find out who his friends are. Everybody loves you when you ball and you giving out money, but let you stop giving them money or you come on hard times and then see what happens. See, that's what's happening at large in America, all right? Esau's coming on hard times. The curses are flipping on him, and now his true colors are manifesting, man. All right? They never cared about you, okay? Ever. I don't care if you know a couple good ones. The Lord is going to ultimately test everybody, every friendship, every family member. Your relationship is going to be tested. We're going to see, all right, if they really truly see you as equal coming up here. But verse 9, it says, in the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved. Okay? So that's how you know a man is your enemy. When he's grieved or he's down, when you come up, that's a marker right there. That man is against you, man. He's at variance against you. I don't care if he's in your inner circle or he professes what he says out of his mouth to be there for you. All right? If he's upset at your prosperity, enemy. All right? It says, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. Shalakia, I read the wrong verse. Verse 9, in the prosperity of a man's enemy a man's enemies will be grieved, but in adversity, all right, even a friend will depart. All right. So you have enemies, all right, and then you have friends, all right, and then you got something above that, all right, in which we would call brotherhood, you know, because there are friends, people who are with you that when things get tough, they're out of there, man, all right. And a lot of these people that are so-called what y'all call friends, they're gonna be out of there, all right. Verse 10, we've seen this all the time. We bring this out all the time. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching. See, he made it to be mayor on this panel here, right? How did that happen? Esau allowed you to do it, all right? He gave you the illusion, all right, that it's all good between us two, but it's never going to be all good. We have a perpetual hatred among one another, and that's spiritual, man, all right? The racial tensions are never going to be quenched over here in America. All right. But the missiles are going to be the remedy to all of that. All right. And it says, take good heed and be aware of him, and thou shalt be as unto him as if thou had wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Then you'll see that old serpent still in him. Okay? We know Edomites just like this that talk nice to you and all cool until all of a sudden you crying in a corner because he called you a field nigga. You soft ass. You people are weak, man, and stupid, man.
That's true. You've got 22 seconds left, so go ahead and use it. Son of a bitch. Did you guys not just... He wants to remove me because of my speech that he has instigated all fucking night in here.
Nah, he's a victim now. Now they're all victims now all of a sudden. You're up here crying over words. He's the one crying over words because he wanted to be removed. He's making a big deal about words. But y'all made a big deal over everything we did, man. All right? Is being removed worse than getting a fire hose? Is being removed from a court worse than having dogs, German shepherds sicked on you? Being castrated by animals? All right? Being fed to alligators? All right? Watching grown men of your family get violated by another grown man in front of their families. See, these are all things his people that he's so proud of started. And as soon as he gets so much as removed from a courtroom or threatened to remove from a courtroom, now he's crying, man. That show you the Lord put a soft ass race of base people over us, man. All right. And that's to prove the Lord's power, that he can literally put anybody over you.
Watch that clock. Watch that clock. I'm going to go to 30 seconds after, and you're not going to arrest me because it happened twice in here tonight. It happened twice in here tonight.
Officer, he is clearly causing a disruption.
He is not causing a disruption. He is going over time.
Go ahead and remove him.
He is going over time, and if you have me removed before that clock gets to 3 minutes and 25 seconds, I'm going to sue you and the police officer that does it. I'm going until 3 minutes and 25 seconds. And I'm going until 3 minutes and 25 seconds.
Recess in 5 minutes. We will return.
You see, so, and that was a proud Jake up there too. And see, niggas like that think they got it in this society because they made it to some so-called position. But you gonna die just like the heathen are, man. All of you niggas gonna get rubbed out, and a lot of these so-called white people are gonna be the ones that do it. And I can't wait. All right. Too long you've been thinking these people are with you, man. They're not with you. Okay? Wait till the food scarcities pile up. Verse 12, Sirach 12:12, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. All right? You're supposed to let these people around you, man. This is why the desegregation movement was stupid. You want to be integrated with these people, man. You were afraid to suffer. What was worse than slavery, man? You couldn't thug it out in the country when you were just on plantations. And now what do you have? A bunch of inner cities with no grocery markets in a 5-10 mile radius. All right, you got to drive to somebody else's neighborhood with a beat up car. They looking at you crazy. You can't find no vegetables, within 5 miles. That's what y'all voted for, man. To work at a Starbucks in a neighborhood you can't afford to live in. To be part of the servant class. All right, and because these jobs are softer, they have air conditioning and electricity now. They've convinced you that that's a win. It's not a win. They owe you. All right, there would be no America without what Esau did to us, man. All right. It says, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou shalt at last remember my words and be pricked therewith. All right. The Lord deals with separation, man. All right. That's why there are borders, there are landmarks. Because people not related to you don't have your best interest at heart. All right. Verse 13, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So we don't feel bad for niggas like that. They get cursed out or get emotional. All right. Or get called a slur. Verse 14, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? All right, for he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. All right, there's nothing Americans have in common, man, besides geography, English, and paying taxes, man. All right, you can be whatever you want, do whatever you want. All right, and the law ain't even applied evenly. The same law don't even apply to people, man. All right. Cops have immunity. Government officials have immunity. All right. Meanwhile, you're at risk of losing your job for an unpaid parking ticket. All right. And it says, verse 15, for while he will abide with thee, if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. Verse 16, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. All right. That's what's been going on in the civil rights movement, man. That's what's been going on the whole time. Speaking sweetly or figuring out a way how to spoil you. That's why you're still at the bottom. All right. That's why you exceed everybody at the worst metrics. All right. Whether it be education or obesity or net worth, you're at the bottom, man. All right. It says he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. All right. And that's what a lot of these so-called left people, liberal people do. They like to fake compassion, man. All right, they like to fake like they're remorseful, like they're part of your plight, but they're not, man. All right. Verse 17, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. That's why you always have a so-called Democrat in our neighborhoods speaking all of these smooth things. But what is he doing the whole time? Undermining you, letting all of the drugs come through, letting all of the guns come through, not enforcing murders and gangs. He enforces your neighborhood different than he enforces his neighborhood. All right. When money comes in to solve the homeless problem, all right, what happens to that money? Esau awards contracts to his people, and all of a sudden, 80% of that money is gone, and you didn't help 12 niggas. Okay? That's why you're not up. Because y'all refuse to repent to your true power and see the devil for who he really is, man. All right? And it says, verse 18, he will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. You see, this is why, snakes, why the Bible likens Esau, the so-called white man, not every single one, likened unto the serpent. All right? That this is how they took everything down, under the guise of democracy and diplomacy. All right? Signing treaties. You know? Acting peaceable, but really, what are they on? Destruction, man. All right? Anyway, I'll end it there. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Rahak Shalom. Kwame Asherallah.